Are you there? Can you hear me now?
Now we can, yeah.
Now we can.
Oh, now you are. Okay, so we're having a little technical difficulty here. I'm sorry about
That's
that. But welcome to Lunch for the Soul. You have a remarkable story to share. Brad Gowan's here along with his mom, Whitney. Welcome to you both. Let's start off from the very beginning and talk about what you went through. You were on a ski trip. You were snowboarding with a group from college, from Texas A&M. Tell me the name of that group and what you all were doing there.
It's an organization I've been pretty involved in called Student Mobilization. I'm pretty sure they're at you have opportunity to be involved at most campuses. That I heard about it freshman year at A&M, and I've been pretty involved in it ever since. It's really focused on discipleship, ministry, and it's been really cool. And right before that ski trip, we were at the winter conference in Dallas, and it was good just getting to hear a bunch of good speakers and hear the word, and then we all just went to Keystone, Colorado, and skiing.
Well, what a great place to get to go. And you're a good snowboarder. So what about your 10th season to go? You were doing great. Everything was awesome on that mountain. And then you don't remember what happened, but you hit a tree?
Apparently, yes. My friends heard me hit the tree, but they didn't really think much of it until staff member, she was going kind of down the same run, and she was not far behind me, and she saw me laying down, I guess, and I don't remember any of it obviously, but she said she was yelling my name and I wasn't responding. She had to go over there, and there was some random lady who was telling them to dig me out of the snow and brought my head up, taking my helmet off, things like that, and she was calling the ski patrol at the same time. So pretty.
And meanwhile,
timing.
Very dramatic moments there. And Whitney, meanwhile, you're at home in Houston with your family. You get the phone call. What did they tell you?
It was one of Brad's demo leaders, and he just said, I could tell in his voice, he said that Brad's been in a really serious snowboard accident, and it was really bad. And, he kept it off, and we went outside to put him on speakers. And my husband could do too, because he was working outside. And that's how he found out and got the quickest plane to Colorado.
I have teenage. Oh yeah, of course. And I have teenage boys, so I can't fathom what it would be like to be in Houston. Your child is in critical condition in Colorado. You have to get on that plane. You have to travel to him, not knowing what's going to be on the other side when you get there. How did you and your husband juggle those emotions of just trying to remain calm and just get there?
We immediately felt like we had friends and family surrounding us in prayer, because, of course, I called my mom and, a few friends and my sisters, and we just had our phones were immediately being inundated with text messages because people were praying for us. So we felt all the power of prayer immediately, which was really comforting. And of course, we were still holding on to hope that it was not as severe as they said, but then
y'all think about it in worst case, a broken leg or something.
That's what we were, hoping at first. But then when the medics, the Keystone Ski Patrol, and the medics called us to ask health questions, told us he was unconscious, and we could see, and we knew he had his helmet on, but we found out later there was a dent in the helmet. And anyway, when we were walking through the Houston airport, we received a phone call from the neurosurgeon at St. Anthony Hospital where Brad was taken, and his
Well, thank goodness for that helmet. It sounds like it really may have been a game changer here as well. Also, your faith plays a big role in this, I believe, Brad, because it's always, I think, a lot of us who love to spend time with the Bible. In a perfect world, you get to spend some time with it. That day, you happen to have spent twice as much as normal. So a lot of times you try to start your day off with an hour. You got 2 hours that morning to study Revelations. I am intrigued by what you've been able to look back through journaling and remember what you did before that accident. Tell us about that morning before this fateful accident.
Well, I wish I remembered it more because, I mean, it was, I was reading Revelation at the time. I was finishing up the New Testament, and Revelation's obviously, I mean, you have to dissect it very well. And it was great to read that, and I've loved Revelation. Like, the big takeaways I've gotten from it are clear to see, kind of just during ministry more, because it's like, dang, I want all my friends to be able to see hope in this, not like, I want them to be able to the glorious last day, that we as believers get to have. And it's just cool looking back on kind of some of my early journals from it. It sounded like it was a pretty good quiet time, and I've been more motivated than ever since the accident just to keep getting in the Word, and because I know that, like, God is where power is, and like the only way I'll say get through this, doctors even can't even quite explain how I've been as good as I am. And so it's definitely just, you gotta rely on the Lord whenever you can, like in all things, actually.
Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about what happened. I'm sorry. I just wanted to talk about what happened when you all decided, Whitney, that you were going to bring your son back to Houston. So he'd been there about 3.5 weeks. He was starting to recover, but had so far to go. So you decide you're going to fly back to Houston. What was your plan once you got him back home?
Well, he immediately was taken to TIRR from the medical flight, and my husband was on a medical flight with him. They only allowed one of us, and I flew home Southwest, which was the most nerve-wracking flight ever. But once we were both safe on the ground and at TIRR, we checked in that night of February the 2nd, and his full therapy load began the very next day on February the 3rd. And
it just had to be so hard knowing what was to come. But once you found out that he was going to survive this, you knew that the therapy was going to be incredible. So you decided TIRR Memorial Hermann would be his best bet to get his life back, right?
Yes, it was kind of a no-brainer because we were from Houston and we had heard about TIRR, and it just so happens that one of our graduates from Memorial High School back in the day, with Chris and I, he is one of the brain injury doctors at TIRR. So he communicated with us in Colorado to help us understand everything with the process of getting into TIRR. And actually had to have a peer-to-peer with insurance too. But first, insurance didn't approve it, and it all worked out. They wanted him to go to an LTAC first, but thankfully, and again, I believe the power of prayer, he got into TIRR, which was the best place for him.
It just all worked out. Yeah. And you don't really remember much of any of that, do you, Brad? When do you start remembering your therapy? How long ago? Because you just graduated from their 16-week program, but you lived there for a while inpatient. Then you got to go to another different outpatient. Then you were there for 16 weeks. And this has been a lot of hard work to get you back to where you are today.
Yeah, it's kind of with memory stuff. Honestly, I think it's a blessing that I don't remember, honestly, hardly anything for months. There's semi blips of memory from, like, we went and visited TIRR, I think it was 2 weeks ago or something, and I kind of just remember the setting of it and how it looked, but I don't remember any specific things. Luckily, my mom took a bunch of photos and videos, so I've got a lot to look back on, and which is great, because I can kind of, if there's ever a day where, I like to say this a lot too, because it's true for anyone, if there's ever a day where something's negative or not hasn't gone as well as it could have, like, you can remember what is positive, because we have a limited positive going, and so that's something that I've been, like, very clear to see throughout all this. It's like, okay, things could have gone a lot worse. Like I said, the doctors can hardly even explain how it's been, how I've recovered this well, thank God. And so it's just clear for me to see, like, hey, as long as you look to God and everything, like, you're going to find more.
Mm-hmm. And I just take a look at these pictures, and it looks like you got really close to that team at TIRR. They almost become probably your second family, because I know they told us they were really sad to see you go. They're so happy, don't get me wrong, to see you go back to college and get your life back, but they got really close to you. They love you like you're their own.
Yeah, I wish I remembered more of that too. Everything being TIRR inpatient. But I know that they did a whole lot for me, and I'm super thankful for all that they've done.
And you have to be too, Whitney. What a blessing to see him ring that bell, which meant he finished that huge program that's pretty hard to pass.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best day so far. And just again the power of prayer. And my sister started a caring bridge on January the 10th. So just one day after Brad's accident, and even though it was very therapeutic for me, journaling and writing, I got so much out of comments from people I don't even know that are hearing about Brad. We're hearing about Brad at that time and praying. So, and we were out of state, so people wanted to know day to day what was going on. And that was a great way for us to.
I think that bad things happen to us all in life. It depends what it is. It might not be a medical crisis, but it's something. And Brad, you know more than anybody what it's like to dig deep and make sure that you can work through that. We saw you in videos I shared with our Fox 26 viewers on air this morning of you not even being able to take a baby step. You had a team of people holding you up because you couldn't take a step. And now you're taking these beautiful long strides, which is so great to see how far you've come. How do you dig deep in those moments when you can't even lift your foot?
Like back then?
Yeah, back then.
I wish I could remember it.
Yeah. So none of that. There's nothing there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It must have been your faith, don't you think?
Definitely, yeah. And there's a stage called post-traumatic amnesia, which I was in for a while. If you want to explain that, you can try and understand it better.
It's just about April the 9th, he cleared. So he had a hard time with orientation logs that the doctors did daily. And finally, by April, we were able to say, yay, he's cleared from post-traumatic amnesia. So then he was able to start laying down new memories. And he started getting a few little memories back from before April, but really not a lot, which is normal. But
oh my goodness. Well, and I'm just taking a look for some of our comments, and people are saying feeling sad for you, but now no longer, right, John? John said that, but you're doing so well right now, aren't you?
I know. I'm very grateful.
Yeah, Darlene saying God is so good. Amen. And sorry that it sounds like we might be having some sound problems. I hope that they're doing better. But just one comment after another. We've got Glenda here who's putting some prayer signs. Penny is saying God. Tamara is saying I am praying for you all. So definitely some people giving you a huge shout out right now.
It's awesome.
We have Val who says, bless you and your family. And you've had a lot of people who have been pulling you through this, haven't you?
Definitely. Yeah. Like we've said, power of prayer is real. And it's like very clear to see that by looking to God, you're going to find a way you move. And very grateful for it.
All right, so let's talk about what's happening now, Brad. So you are going back to A&M. You're going to try a class and see what happens. What is your biggest excitement about being back on that campus?
Gosh, I guess just being with my friends and kind of living a more normal scheduled life, because it's been 7.5 months now where it's, nothing. My schedule hasn't really been my choice, which is for the best, but it's good that I can I'll be able to plan my day around my agenda and like what I think is important to do. Now that I'm thank God, past a lot of the bad brain injury recovery stuff,
And you had big plans. You're still sort of hoping to go to dental school perhaps and follow in your dad's footsteps. Who's a dentist?
Possibly, yes. I've got a lot of time to figure the career stuff out though. And
Yeah.
I'm fine with that too. I missed a
Yeah.
semester.
Yeah. So yeah, just going back to class is all that matters right now, right?
One step at a time.
Whitney, how good you feeling about seeing him up on his feet and doing so much better?
Oh my goodness. Well, it's hard to put into words really, but it's just, we're just so thankful. We're so thankful to God. We're so thankful to all of the incredible team of doctors that, starting from the beginning, St. Anthony Hospital to TIRR inpatient, TIRR outpatient, neurorestorative in between those tiers, and just I'm so excited for him. At Texas A&M has been wonderful with how they handled his, dropping out and then getting back in. But of course, I'm so happy, but it's also like bittersweet. A silver lining of this all is just getting to spend so much time with your 21-year-old, which, obviously, I'm going to miss him, but he's letting me come visit regularly.
Yeah, you better let mom come visit a lot. Oh, goodness. Well, it's just incredible to talk to you both. I'm so proud of how far you've come. It's incredible to share your story too. I was just looking at a few more comments and everyone's saying now that, it's some other people are talking about how they are really being helped by TIRR too. So we know that they help a whole lot of people, and I'm so thrilled that you found them. Thanks for being here on Lunch for the Soul, for making a difference for our viewers today, and hopefully uplifting people to see no matter how bad things get, a lot of times they can turn around with the right medical care, the right faith, the right support team. And Brad, you had it all surrounding you. I'm so happy for you for that.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank you so much.
Well, you take good care of yourself. No more accidents. Are you gonna ever snowboard again? I gotta ask you that.
I want to, but it will be a while before, and I'll be sticking to the greens and blues.
All right, your mom's going, no, he's not. He's done. I'm just kidding. Well, it's an honor to talk to you again. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, you take good care of yourself. All right, much love to you and your family.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you. And I just want to remind you all, please join us every week here on Lunch for the Soul. Sorry, we had some technical problems today, trying a little something different. But if you happen to miss part of this and you want to go back, you can always find us on YouTube. And you can find all of our Lunch for the Souls on our Fox 26 YouTube. And again, Wednesday, 12:30. This is always the place to be. I love having you here. If you happen to have a Lunch for the Soul conversation you want to share with me, please reach out to me. You can email me, grab a pen. Here we go. melissa.wilson@fox.com. And I would love to talk to you. Take care of you. Be blessed and happy Lunch for the Soul. See you soon.